Hi, everyone. It's me, Dr. Stacy Betancourt, with another edition of Making Sense with Dr. Stacy. So today I want to talk to you about falling down. Now, when I say the term falling down, we often think of someone literally falling. And this case, I am talking more about failure and dealing with failure. So kind of taking that idea, that visual of falling down. When we were little, we probably fell a lot. Now, depending on reactiveness of your parents or people around you, you handled that in different ways. There are some who the child would immediately cry and get a positive reaction from a parent, or they would fall and the parent wouldn't react and, okay, you're good, get up, and you'd get up. And then there were others that would go to you and grab you and hold you and cuddle you and reinforce that every time you fell down, it was a bad thing and that you needed help. Now, not knocking parents, it's all instinct, and everyone has an instinct. Can you change those instincts? Sure. But that's not what we're talking about today. What we're talking about is the idea of falling down. When we're a kid, like I said, for the most part, we handled it. We got up, we went on. And sometimes kids would get up, fall right back down again. But that's the whole point of life. At what point do we begin to change our vision of what happens when we fall down? Into adulthood, we fall down now, and it doesn't matter how hurt we really are. We're looking around to see, did anybody see that? Gosh, I hope not. And the problem with that is that at what point do we lose our inner nerve and our inner courage? And that's what we're really talking about today, is that inner courage. At what point in your life, what happened? Because truthfully, we don't normally just lose our courage and our belief in ourselves. Something has to happen that causes us to change that. So if we can agree that a lack of courage and a lack of self-confidence is broken due to an action by somebody else that made an impact, at what point can we make that choice to bring that back? That's big. And the thing is that you can call it ego, you can call it self-consciousness, you can call it so many different things, but when it comes down to it, it is your inner courage to choose to break out of a self-imposed enclosure. And that takes work. For example, you can have somebody who is making a career in sales and being told no, or no thank you, or I'm not interested, after a while begins to wear on a person. And they may find, okay, sales is not for me, I'm out, without even really understanding what it was that got them the no, or I'm not interested, or all those things. Sometimes it's in that point. You can have another individual that will go the same route, go door to door, get told no a million times, and then suddenly start getting told yes. And from there, they're extremely successful. Salesman of the year, company cars, financial bonuses. And it leaves you to wonder, what is it about that person that is out there doing well financially, getting the bonuses, where you may be someone that says, you know what, I tried it, it didn't work, I don't know what happened. And that's just it. At what point are we selling ourselves short because we're so quick to quit? Either due to external image or perception of that image. And I will guarantee you that the self-perception of the image of failure is far bigger than anything external. Now, I came from a family where I was continually told by parents that I wasn't good enough, that I couldn't do it. And yes, I believed that for way too long. And if you are in a situation like that, you are dealing with a lot more than a self-imposed restrictionary vision of yourself. That's caused by an external factor of abuse, and that's a whole different thing. But what are you doing to yourself and your mindset that is actually damaging? What are you willing to try? What do you want to try? And this kind of talks about like what we talked about last week and the week before. What do you want to go after? What do you want to go for? But you're afraid of failure. Well, my answer to that is that you honestly don't know what you're capable of doing. You don't honestly know the level of success that's waiting for you because you're not willing to try. That's what it comes down to. Honestly speaking, if something is worth trying for, what's holding you back? You are, truthfully. I'm not saying go out tomorrow and quit your job. What I am saying is work toward what's worth working for. Because the thing is that if you are looking for a different career, if you are looking into different relationships, if you are looking at different things you want to try, whether it be sports, whether it be getting up on a stage and performing, why not? Just do it. It's, again, draws back to last week, but it's a different facet of last week. The facet that I'm going with is the idea that if we are not willing to try because we are afraid of how we're going to look if we fail, then we might as well stay in a room, stay in our little bubble, because the bubble's safe. Take the risk. Okay. I told you that last week, and I know it's a little bit of a repeat, but it's worth repeating. If there's something that you want to do and you are afraid that you won't be good at it, well, here's the thing. You weren't good at a lot of things until you tried. And if it was something you really liked, you kept trying until you perfected it. And there's nothing wrong with that. As we get older, we become a little more protective of ourselves. We are more fearful about what people may think of us. But in actuality, the only person you are hurting by doing that is you. So my friends, please take my advice. Get out there and try it. I wouldn't be where I am today. Am I successful? No, not really. Not in the way that I'm defining what I want for myself, but I'm on my way. And I'm not giving up. And you shouldn't either. If there's something worth trying for, don't give up. Keep doing it. If there's something that doesn't quite work, but you really want the end result, then go a different path, but just go. Don't give up on yourself because something got hard. And especially don't give up if something didn't work and you had an audience. Oh, well, try a different way. And you know what? You will find acceptance in that courage. Maybe not from the people around you, but in yourself. And you know what? That is the most important. Don't give up on yourself. Go for what you feel is where you're supposed to be. So take it all in, unpack this, think about this. Take this little gift that I'm giving you, this little package, and I want you to unwrap it, and I want you to think about it, and I want you to apply it in your best way. And if you need help, let me know. I can be reached through the comments below. You can email me directly through my website, which I always include in all my comments below in the descriptions. If you have any questions, concerns, issues, where do you start? Let me know. Okay. For now, this is Dr. Stacy Betancourt wishing you a great week. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Have patience for others that may be going through challenges you don't understand and they're not ready to talk about. If you are going through something that you're not willing to share yet, that's okay. Just remember you have people out there that are willing to help you. You only need to ask. And if you think you don't have anyone in your life like that, I'm right here. Okay? So have a great week. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Remember, it's worth trying for because you're worth trying for. This is Dr. Stacy Betancourt with another edition of Making Sense with Dr. Stacy, and I will see you next week.